Hello, I'm Reid Ducros in Mr. Ruge's second period class, and this is my extra credit project on graphing inequalities. On inequalities, you have two things. You have the greater than or less than sign, and then since it's graphing them, you have to have the dotted or the dashed or dotted line. In one instance, on the greater than or less than sign, you have a line under it, which means it's a greater than or equal to sign, or greater than or less than or equal to sign. For example, right here, y is greater than or equal to 3x plus 1. Now the type of line for that type of equation is a solid line, because since it's equal to, it shows that both sides can be equal. Now, on another one, it's a greater than or less than sign that has no line under it. So it's just greater than or less than. For example, right here when it says y is less than 2x plus 3. Now that type of line, when there's no equal to possibility, it has to be dashed. Now, the most commonly missed things I've seen are, one, when dividing, you need to flip the sign. For example, right here. In this equation, negative 2y is less than 2x plus 4. You'd have to divide the 2 out because you have to get y by itself. But since you're divided by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. So it's y is greater than negative 1 or negative 1 over 1 when you're graphing it, x minus 2. Now when you do the negative 2, when you divide the negative 2 out, you have to make sure you do it to both things, which is how I got negative 1 over 1 x minus 2. Now, the second commonly most missed thing I've seen is shade the right region. As I have an example right here. And this equation is 2x minus 3y is less than 6. Oh, before I go to that, I have a little acronym that you can use to remember. It's called LURD, which is L-U-R-D. LU stands for left up. So, when you're right here, when the back of it is facing the left, you shade up on the graph. So you shade the top half of the graph. And RD stands for right down. So when it's facing the right, when the back of it's facing the right, you shade down. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. As I was saying earlier, 2x minus 3y is less than 6. Now you have to get y by itself, which is the ultimate goal. So you subtract 2x, and that gives you a negative 3y is less than negative 2x plus 6. Now you still have to get the y by itself. So you have to subtract the negative 3, and when you do it to one side, you have to do it to the other. And when you subtract by a negative, you have to remember to flip the sign. So your answer would be y is greater than 2 over 3x minus 2. That's y is greater than 2 over 3x minus 2. Now I'm going to graph it. Now, as you'll see on here, since the answer was y is greater than 2 over 3x minus 2, since it's facing to the right, since it's greater than, that means you shade down, which I did right here. And since there was no equal to sign under it, that means that it has to be a dashed line, as you see here. Thank you.